2-0 lead. As soon as it goes final, we'll have the highlights of that one. Mother's Day, a little over a month away now, but one scout in that Orioles organization, he's going to find it absolutely impossible to top what he did for his mom earlier this spring. Ryan Powell's baseball playing days, they didn't end the way he wanted them to. So what did he do? He rewrote the ending. Not for him, but for his ailing mother. David Lloyd has the story.
It's been 3 years since Ryan Powell retired as a player. But to understand how he found himself back in uniform and playing in an Orioles minor league intra-squad game, one must first know how deeply baseball is stitched into the fabric of the Powell family.
His first toy was a baseball bat. He was always into baseball. It's been a constant part of our lives.
It's really at our core. When I think of my family, I think of strength. I think of everything that we've been through together.
He's went through the process. He's went independent baseball. I mean, he's low paid, slept in cars, whatever it is to go out and search for the dream.
In 2009, Ryan was a catcher in the independent pro leagues when he had Tommy John surgery. Then, 2 years later, he tore both his labrum and rotator cuff. In 2013, he secured a tryout with the Orioles, but after letting him go, Baltimore hired Ryan as the head of their independent league scouting. His playing career reinforced a life lesson.
You can't give up. There's 9 innings, there's 27 outs. And in some ways you can relate that to the battles we're going through now.
Last June, Ryan was back home visiting his family when things took a devastating turn.
We were sitting there at having lunch, and I looked up at my mom, and the right side of her mouth started drooping. I said, "Mom, are you okay?" She couldn't really respond. And we rushed her to the hospital, where they said they thought it was a mini stroke. But I felt that there was something they weren't telling us. The next morning, they sat us down and said, "Your mom has a brain tumor."
Soon after, Wendy Powell had surgery. The tumor was removed, but the cancer was malignant.
A cancer diagnosis, it's like a bomb that keeps going off in the family.
Yeah.
What impact have you seen it have on Ryan?
He's having trouble. It's real problematic because he's an emotional kid. But it's tough. There's no question about it.
While Wendy was going through chemo and radiation, she voiced a wish to Ryan, a wish to see him play baseball one more time. So in February, Ryan put on the gear and caught a bullpen session. The simple video intended for his family and friends exploded on Facebook.
Instead of you coming to see us, we want to bring the field to you.
The story made its way back to his employer, the Orioles, who gave the go-ahead, allowing Ryan to play in front of his mom one final time.
One day he came home and he said, "Mom, you want to see me play again? And I'm going to go out with the Orioles." And I said, "What?"
And she had the biggest smile on her face. To be able to give my mother that again is a moment I'll never forget.
On March 29th, Ryan Powell stepped back on the diamond in front of family and friends as a gift to his mom. He had one at-bat.
When I got up to bat, as I was walking up to the plate, I looked over at my mom. I just took in that moment. I'll never forget it. And that big smile, and I got in the box.
And of course I stood up. At the fence, I couldn't sit down.
I saw a pitch that I liked, and I hit it hard. And as I was running first, as I looked down, I knew that it was going to be my last time on first base. And it was just the most special moment. And not many people get the opportunity to do that. I love you. This is yours. We're gonna get through this.
Fantastic stuff from David Lloyd, and we are very pleased to welcome in Ryan Powell here on SportsCenter with us. First thing I got to ask you, Ryan, how's Mom doing?
Mom's doing good. She's doing fantastic. She's got a big smile on her face. Happy to let everybody know that she's resumed her treatments. And today at physical therapy, she actually took her first steps with her cane.
Wow.
So she's all smiles and couldn't be happier.
My gosh, that's incredible stuff. And I got to imagine that what you did and seeing you on SportsCenter, I mean, that's got to lift her spirits as well. Tell us why she is just such an amazing inspiration for you.
It's been our whole lives. We've stood together. We're family. You know, we really want to define the word family and be an inspiration to families that are going through these battles. We understand we're not the only ones that go through this, and it's very sad. But we stand together, and we want to do whatever we can to help people out.
How in the world were you able to stay in there in that batter's box? You know your mom is right there. She stands up to watch. How are you able to pay attention, stay zoned in, keep your eye on the ball, so to speak?
Well, as she gave me all the strength in the world through my life, it's my turn to make sure I give her that same strength. So I knew when she stood up, it was a very emotional moment, and I knew I had to have that same strength that she's instilled in me to give her that same exact strength back.
Certainly came through there. We're seeing the swing time after time. Perfect swing, made great contact with the ball. Tell us the story of the bats that were used in that game.
Actually, when I found out when the Orioles decided that they were going to let me do this for my mother, my family, I knew there would have to be something. There's something bigger. There had to be something bigger that we can do here. And I decided to team up with Victus, the bat company, a very good bat company in Major League Baseball. And they made 15 bats, Major League caliber wood. And we decided that I would use all the bats that day, whether it was in batting practice or in the game, and have me sign them along with the 25-man roster of the Baltimore Orioles and send them off to 14 different charities all over the country, and one for my mom.
Wow.
So it's...
so she's got it already? Got the bat?
I'm sorry?
Does she have the bat now?
Yeah, I actually brought it today just to show you that the entire Baltimore Orioles organization signed the bats. And it was a very special moment with the organization. I actually had a chance to speak with all 25 of the players, and it was a very touching time. Something really stood out. When I was talking to the entire team, I asked if you've been touched by cancer in your family or somebody that you care about, raise your hand. And it was a very powerful moment when each and every hand in the entire clubhouse raised. And what better to bring families together in biggest battles than to use the national pastime, baseball.
I'm sure you, your mom, your whole family, inspirations to them as they get opening day underway right now in Baltimore. One more question for you.
Yeah.
What in the world are you going to get your mom for Mother's Day after this?
I don't know. I haven't gone that far, but we're hopefully going to have her walking by then. That's going to be something very special for us, and she's going to get a lot of roses. She's definitely going to get a lot of roses.
Well, send her one from us as well. Hey, better yet, we'll just send it from here, from Mr. If we can get it out of the snow here in the Northeast. Ryan Powell joining us from down in sunny Florida, scout for the Orioles, and fantastic story playing one last game for Mom. Ryan Powell, send your mom all the best, and thank you for joining us here on SportsCenter.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Chris. I appreciate it. Thank you.